Dan here, DD Speed Shop. Danny's giving me an attitude on my DD Speed Shop. And we actually just took this thing on a little road trip. Yesterday we got back, we put probably 300 miles or something on it. We're thinking about, well, we probably have at this point already gone on a road trip to the coast and back, which is, I don't know what it would be, 16 or 17 hours, whatever that works out to be. Simple math, 60 miles an hour times 10, be like, I don't know, 1,500 miles there and back, 2,000. So the thing is pretty basic. It's a little small block 305, turbo 350, and a 10-bolt Chevrolet rear end. And it's all, this is like the epitome of cobbled together stuff. There's very few dollars in this thing, but I will say, I think a lot of the dollars have been spent in the proper areas, the few dollars that were spent. But now, people always want to know, and I think a lot of people are scared of, is road trip in an old car. And I thought we'd go over a little, like, not a how-to, but kind of how I prepare for it. And we've talked about before, we've done multiple road trips. The first year we went on a big road trip, I had a Tri-5 Chevy, no back seat. The back seat was full to the brim. The trunk was full to the brim. You could barely close it. It was, I brought everything. I brought way too many tools, and fortunately didn't use any of them. And then we did a couple more road trips after that, and again used fewer and fewer, or brought fewer and fewer things. And ultimately, all of them have been pretty, knock on wood, good. We haven't had any catastrophic failures. It's coming. It's coming for me, and I can totally accept that. But the way I always look at a road trip, and I think you should as well, you have either won or failed at the road trip in your old car before you leave the driveway. If you're not confident in the thing, or you think there's something that's a little goofy or whatever, and you don't address it, and you end up on the side of the road because of it, that's on you. So this thing runs good. I mean, transmission shift's good, the rear end's fine, the brakes are good, all the lights work, it's got a new wiring harness in it. It's a good old car. But the motor and transmission were like miscellaneous, like a few $100s on Facebook Marketplace. The rear end, when I got the thing, the guy had showed me a video of it doing a burnout. So, and then I got it and there's no oil in the rear end. So there's unlimited things that could go wrong. But now it's about what do you bring on your road trip. So the way I look at it is I used to bring all sorts of stuff, and now I'm down to the point of what are you going to fix on the side of the road, because ultimately something's going to let go. And the goal now isn't to completely fix the thing on the side of the road for myself anymore. It's can I get to the next service station, town, Napa, whatever it is, we're going to BC, the Lord Co, and fix this thing. So pretty basic stuff. A spare tire, get that. I like these little floor jacks. I use these all the time. I use them in the shop, I use them everywhere, versus having some sort of hokey poke junk or whatever it is. The only battery powered tool I bring is an impact, just because changing wheels and stuff like that. And honestly, I could probably get away with my little DeWalt there, but whatever, this thing's old, so if I forget it somewhere, I lose it. So be it, and I have 2 sockets, 3/4, and there's 13/16, because ultimately those are the size of lug nuts I'm going to use. This is all 3/4 on this. I try and keep everything uniform, but you need one or whatever it is, that's all they got. That's what you want. A block of wood, this is always overlooked, but this makes a low lift jack a high lift jack. So you're there. I will say we did a short road trip, so this is all I bought. There's a few things I might bring in a longer one. A set of jack stands. They sell these little aluminum ones that are great, something like that. You can't really go wrong. I brought a jug of coolant. I think there's a liter oil in there. So I brought both of those. Because you never know, right? And I actually have a starter. That's a little unique to this one because the starter sometimes doesn't work on this thing. And I've been neglecting changing it, but the more we've been driving it, the less often it's been screwing up. So, spare tire, that's one thing that I will say this car is irrelevant in, because it's got an open rear end, so who cares? If you have a set of big honking tires, which this thing does, and like a posi or a locker or something like that in the rear end, you do need a tire that's the same size, side to side. Which again, I've done that on something else, my black Nomad maybe. I brought a 31-inch tall truck tire, as narrow as I could get, so you could put it on there and carry on. The problem you run into is now in the front, are you going to run into steering issues and stuff like that. But even that, if you have a really tall tire, you can still drive down the road straight. Maybe you just got to, Austin Powers turn it And that's it. I also have a header gasket. I have one because one burnt out, so I thought I'll bring the other one. And that's about it for those kind of basic things. Now the tools, this is where I used to bring all of it. If it doesn't fit in that, I'm pretty much not bringing it. The other thing I've realized, a lot of times when you're on a road trip, especially if you're going on your own, maybe it's a little different, but if you're going to power tour, or like what we're doing, we're headed out west to a big show. Oh, it really stained the carpet in the back there. There's gonna be someone else that has the tool you need. So this is literally just the absolute basics. I have some wrenches, some sockets. I'm gonna say I have like 1/2 inch 9/16. So I got a 14, 7/16. You might grab a 10 mil or something like that because a lot of stuff is, China now. 7/16. I got some miscellaneous stuff just for headers. That's the only thing for me. I brought 5/16. I probably got a 1/4 for hose clamps. I got miscellaneous wrenches from probably 3/8 to 3/4 and a 15 mil, and I probably got a 10 in there. Couple, like this is just El Cheapo, like rusty junk. But I have all that. Oh, and I brought a couple of starter bolts because I thought, the one in here, they're a little, I should change them. They got a stack of washers on them because they're dead wrong. And actually they're metric head anyways. That's that. Oh, a set of gloves. These aren't DD Speed Shop gloves because Danny won't give me any. I swear, with a set of gloves, you feel like 10 times more capable of doing things. Popping radiator caps, touching exhaust, anything's hot, a set of gloves. You can't go wrong.
These are DD Speed Shop gloves, just not the branded.
These are the ones I used to buy, and then Danny found them and DD Speed Shopped them. That's that. I used to bring a whole, this is actually way too much wire, but I literally just cut a set of a wiring harness. So, I mean, a few chunks of wire is all you need. Zip ties.
There's a spider on me, get it, get it.
This?
Get it.
Oh my goodness, that was pretty mellow. Zip ties can't go wrong with. Tape, you can do a lot with tape. I did bring some connectors. I just put them in a Ziploc bag. These are like just butt connectors and stuff like that. Again, tape does a lot of these things, but toss a few in there. Actually, I want to take this out and take this with me. I like a test light, and this one actually has a voltmeter in it as well, so you can see if it's actually charging, stuff like that. That's kind of handy to have, but I will put that back on the toolbox. Pry bar, hammer, crescent wrench, also known as a hammer. Like, look at the stuff I have here. This is old junk. I don't even know why, whatever. Set of channel locks, vice grips. I actually usually have 2 pairs, but in this car, the window regulator on the one side is operated by a pair of vice grips, and I think the seat on both sides also has vice grips on it. So we have vice grips. Screwdrivers, flathead, side cutters. So I don't know why I have this one. I found this. It's really long. It's actually a Snap-on, name brand. Look at this junk we have in there. But that's kind of that. Oh, and a set of, watch your Crocs. A set of wire strippers again. These are, wow. But that's all you're gonna need as far as I'm concerned. Again, if you can't fix a basic, now, this is what I drive. I like small block Chevys, big block Chevys, whatever it is. I like HEI distributors or whatever it is. I like carburetors. Now, if you're talking about EFI and all those sort of things, hey, I probably need a laptop and a few things like that. That's out of my league. I've learned that this car here, we got a small block Chevy, a turbo 350, and a 9-inch rear end. I can find something to make this work if I have to. Inside, I actually have, I brought a booster pack. The reason I did that is because when I wired up the fan, oh, I disconnected the battery. I wired it constant power, so I have forgot that on a few times. That's embarrassing. And I think there's a fire extinguisher. Oh yeah, fire extinguisher. A big believer in fire extinguishers. You can never have too many of those because a small fire and a fire extinguisher will save your life. If it's becomes a hassle and you're trying to put it with water, try and take your shirt off and try. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure Amazon has them or whatever. I get them when they're on sale at Canadian Tire. Every car has one. They're oversized. I actually like having a small one in the car, and then when we go on a road trip, I always toss a big one in because, man, I tell you, you never know what's going to go on. So that's kind of the gist of it. One last thing that I always bring, $1,000 cash. Because $1,000 cash can solve a lot of problems. For us, if we're traveling in the US, especially we're Canadian, American money, because you go somewhere, your credit card doesn't work, the credit card machine is down, whatever it is, you don't have any friends there, cash, you're carrying on. You go to a hotel and there's a problem, cash can get you another night. If you need a small block Chevy of some sort, cash on Marketplace will fix that problem. And if you're on Marketplace and you find a good deal, cash, it's all good. I know there's lots of ways you can transfer money and this and that, do all these things, but some cash never goes wrong. So that's that. We're going to kind of clean this thing up. There's a few things I wanted to do to it before we go in probably 10 days or 12 days or whatever from now, but this thing is pretty much rock solid. And again, I've gone through it front to back, so that's what I recommend. If you're confident in it, because at this point now, if we're driving and so that one tire rubs, I got to fix that. That's what we're going to do in the next couple of days. But I think that's the last thing, knock on wood, I have to take care of. But if you're driving and fuel pump lets go, alternator craps out, truck's a rod, you lose reverse, the rear end starts howling. I mean, pick your problem. That's out of your control. That was going to happen. I mean, it is what it is. We're driving old hot rods here. Tires are in good shape, brakes are in good shape, everything's plumb front to back. I put enough test miles on it that if there was a line or a wire that was rubbing against something, it would have happened by now, right? So there you go. That's all you need. Don't overthink it. Get out there, drive your old hot rod. If you're nervous, you don't know all these things, Harbor Freight, Princess Auto, Canadian Tire, pick whatever. They all have those miscellaneous 199-piece toolkits on sale. Buy one of those, throw it in the back. I'll probably do that when we're driving to BC. Whatever the next place is, and you're fine. Everything else will be good. Yeah, look at all the vice grips in this thing. We got 3 pairs. There. Oh, and there's one on your seat too. We have 4 pairs of vice grips. 4 pairs of vice grips and a roll of electrical tape. If you can't figure it out, you're not a true hot rodder. See you in the next one.